Now, looking at the team you're facing off against next, it's a rematch here, right? But you demolished NiP last time around. Do you think they're in a position where they can match you?
I'm not really sure. I think we had all the momentum coming into the first game. I think we had like Ilya was playing really good, and it obviously helps the team. One thing we're definitely not gonna do is underestimate them. So yeah, we're gonna take the game as serious as we can and try to win out.
And let's talk about you for a second. You coming into G2, right? We were thinking, okay, Nex is not IGLing. What are we going to get from him? What's the output we're going to get from him? How are you feeling right now? Where would you rate your position you're at?
I'm not that great, to be honest. I think what I'm doing good is I have like all the fundamentals down. I don't think I'm making a lot of mistakes, but my individual level is not where I would like it to be, and it's showing on the server. And that's yeah, and that's the part of the game where I really have to step up.
What do you think that's down to, though? What do you think the reason is?
I think I just haven't really played like individually for myself, like haven't grinded the game in a certain way for a couple of years, and I think it takes some time to get back into that like individual comfort zone.
Well, let's hope that comes back soon, mate. Thank you very much.
G2 versus NiP, a rematch that we have already observed here at the Blast Spring Premiere groups. And the same maps again, Jacob, a little bit of Vertigo and Anubis once again being allowed by NiP. Now, I just want to forecast a little bit for the viewers that are just joining us. In their first encounter, G2 made light work of NiP. This was one of the most one-sided, not exactly entertaining series we've seen. m0NESY took over, he did them extremely dirty, and then on the second map of Ancient, you could see that NiP were lacking the reps. I am struggling to find reasons to expect something very different this time around.
Me too, to be completely honest. One of the silver linings is that NiP in their second game looked much, much better. They came out, they played good Counter-Strike, played proper Counter-Strike, so if they can, I guess, get that level and get that going against today versus G2, there's a chance that we get a more competitive game. But you're right, G2 are looking like the favorite again. As you said, m0NESY had a fantastic showing, absolutely destroying NiP from the get-go in that game. Even Nico, man on your screen here, had a couple of nice moments where he was almost clutching it out and found impact. So yeah, a lot of the stuff right now points in the direction of a one-sided match towards G2, but I will say NiP looked much, much better on day 2.
Oh, we're back. I thought my microphone was gone for a second. But I am here and I can still talk to you. You talk about G2. If we just refer to the match versus NiP, we won't have much to talk about. So I want to point towards a couple of issues that maybe G2 had against Na'Vi. And if G2 has an incredible ability to turn situation on its head, and I think people like m0NESY, people like Nico will always give you a way in, like a shoe in the door, a foot in the door in any situation. I feel like the flip side of that is that no round is truly really secure with G2. Like you never really know. And I'm not even just memeing around. Like I have this EME 1 versus 3 situation on Anubis, G2 versus Na'Vi, the bomb is T-spawn, we don't really know why, EME clutches it. Where is that coming from? Like, what is actually the remedy for these kind of situations that keep happening time and time again, in spite of the quality that is on this roster?
Listen, Matt, it's not fair to ask me that question, because that's
you, my analyst.
Ну что, всем привет еще раз.
The past 3 years, that's a G2 specialty. If they knew, they would fix it. If we knew, we'd be paid a lot of money to tell them how to fix it. It's always been the case. There's these G2-esque moments where everything just goes south. I think it's part of the DNA. It's part of the playstyle. They are free on the server. m0NESY is a free-flowing soul on the server. Same as Nico. So sometimes they get ahead of themselves. But you're right, you know, sometimes they're winning rounds that are unwinnable, and sometimes they're losing rounds that are unlosable.
Now, if you want to win these rounds against G2, where they will allow you the way in, they
Ну что ж, матч начнется через 2
need
минуты.
some sort of an individual power, like a punch, when it comes to the server. And then config a man that we usually refer to, unfortunately, in the first series,
Игорь идет против системы.
He sank his teeth rather into complexity, came back to life a little bit, but versus G2, this was a kitty to a lion. We didn't really see the real config, or the one that we would like to see.
No, day 2 config was way better than day 1 config, as you can see on your screen right now.
Damn.
And that's a good point to bring up right there in relation to what you spoke about before. Yes, G2 sometimes shit the bed, to say it out loud, but it requires someone to apply that pressure for them to be in a position where they are fumbling and crumpling a little bit. And I don't think NiP got that right now. I think NiP's at a level where the pressure they can apply to G2 in a matchup like this is going to be high enough for G2 to shake, for them to crumple, for them to fumble some of these rounds. So, as you said, config, as always, is a win condition for NiP. It's just a win condition that only shows up 2 out of 3 games, and it's not enough.
Somebody is going to have to put G2 in an uncomfortable position. Somebody is going to have to force these mistakes that we are talking about. The question is, do Complexity have the quality? Not Complexity at all. NiP, actually. Throw it over to the casters. They know what they're talking about.
Speaking about uncomfortable, huh?
That's thrown me off guard a little bit. Thank you, boys. Great analysis as usual. A rematch in Group C is upon us, however. G2 taking out NiP. They mopped the floor of them last time, 2-0, but NiP didn't really turn up. It was one of those games that they mentioned. Convict didn't play well at all. S-Tag barely found a frag the entire series. Yeah. So I feel like this is going to be a very different game, but G2 certainly the favorites going into it regardless.
Yeah, unquestionably so. And over at GG Bet, you can definitely see that borne out already at the start. I'm not really surprised.
Ну, на НиПов очень большой коэффициент, Игорь. Если ты выиграешь, то ты очень нормально поднимешь.
Again, the NiP project, if you just sort of zoom out a little bit, has been building for.
Ну что у нас по пику карт? Давайте показывайте, какой пик и кто пикает, чья карта первая.
The truth is, right, on a day where both Rez and Config show up to play, I mean, this can be a very lethal team.
Hey, there is a chance they can do this. If it's the team that turned up against Complexity, you never know. But as I mentioned, this is a rematch. It was the opening game of Group C. We played there, Vertigo and Anubis.
Ну что, погнали, смотрим. Так, Вертига, Анубис, Мираж. Вертига, карта НиП. Анубис, G2. Мираж, третья карта. G2 за КТ начало, НиП за Т. Я на балконе, я в шапке на балконе, да.
He's played absolutely fantastically at Spring Groups. Had some marvelous moments.
Red Bull flank coming in. If Modesty can just stay alive, yeah, there we go. Hoaxy on the snipe. The bomb has made its way past, so they can't get the bomb.
Modesty дает второй минус. Все. Easy раунд. Easy пистолетка от G2.
Solid shutdown. The bomb made it. They could have maybe ran for it, but they didn't. I don't think they've ever realized how many people are coming for the flank. It's 3 people coming back on that way.
It's so demoralizing when you get such a clean opening frag like that, and you don't even get the bomb planted. You don't get a follow-up frag. You had all the map control, everyone in position, and Monacy just single-handedly destroys you. You're right, that flank came in just as they deploy. They're flashing towards the bomb site. No plant coming through. Has to be the full eco here. G2 put their best foot forward once again. I think it's pretty much Glocks across the board. Rez hasn't even got a pistol. There we go. He's got a Glock now. As S-Tag with the only investment of the P250. They'll go towards middle. But Hoaxy playing it defensively. Just going to hold utility in hand.
Подготовка выхода мид.
The smoke, I believe.
Сейчас будут выходить по-любому мид.
Just hoping to fend them off. Doesn't feel like he's got time to deploy it. Just yields and allows him to have mid. Nice nade.
Хорош, по четверым просто хаешка попал, вообще он красава. Четко, четкая хаешка.
That did some damage. Don't think it's, I mean, for NiP, they probably know the round is kind of lost anyway. They're waiting, giving them a chance, throw more grenades. We talk about it all the time, but doesn't look like there's going to be too much movement on the G2 side. They're happy to wait it out.
It's all right, it's baiting out grenades.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've all heard me talk about this many times, but every dollar counts. If you can bait out utility, it does have a
НиП готовится выход мид. Минус 2 дает Хантер. Минус 3 Хантер. Минус 4 дает Хантер, ему помогает. И Ника завершает. Витьки выиграли. Виталики победили.
I don't know. Maybe. I thought in CSGO it's always been less. Maybe you're right.
2-0. G2 впереди.
Like over 10 years ago.
Meaningless trivia at this point. Nobody
exactly. Cares, it's just kind of nonsense I spill out.
The Twitter warriors will tell, like someone.
Exactly. Yeah. You're probably right. I'm probably misremembering. But either way, that is neither here nor there. We are going to see a full array of AK-47s. S-Tag with no utility considering he had the P250 and a team kill. Monacy Orb deployed very early. And he's such a magnificent player with it. Config about to get a taste. Yep. Didn't see that coming.
Sometimes feels dangerous to have it open the second round. I don't know why. It just feels like it's such an expensive rifle, and if there is a Mac 10 or something in play and they're just running you down, like it could be really awkward.
Минус Ника на шорту.
Takes down Nico.
Monacy переходит на шорт.
See Nico have a slow start, but he's been out-dueled a couple of times here. A lot of damage onto Rez though, so I'd imagine if Nico would have had the AK instead, it might have gone the other way. Modesty taking up position.
Это интересный вопрос.
To the ramp, but it's NiP making the long trek back towards the B bomb site. You have to walk this way because again it's a double layer.
Ну я, наверное, буду за
If you start
Vitality.
running, you're going to give away sound cues, and you will definitely be found out. Over on this side, Nexa is holding on. He has an HE grenade. Unless Rez, for some reason, is the first man in, I don't think he's going to be able to kill anyone. Probably not stop the compound either. But maybe he can slow it down.
Дерзкий
Smoke
просто.
as well. Going to try and put that down. Yeah, grenade. Oh, actually pretty, could have been well timed.
Выход
Looked
Б.
like they just dodged it, so not after
4
all.
в 4.
Could be a very tricky retake that's coming up. They realize what's up now, G2, and they have the defuse
Прям-
kits as well, but a good spray from S-Tag, a little bit of a crossfire setup. Alex chiming in, getting a chance to help out. He gets a double kill here. The captain of the team shut down finally by
1-1.
Monacy. And now he's
1 в
looking for
1.
hat-trick. And Monacy-
Моноси не перестрелял.
He just barely survives. It's so close. Looked like Monacy could have had that
2-1.
kill.
Yeah, he picks up the M4. He only had 5 bullets remaining in the magazine, so I'm not
Монос
sure
не
that's the
смог
fact. I think
перестрелять.
his time to kill would have been too high anyway, considering he was out positioned there. But very good effort. Maybe if he held on to the AWP, he could have held the shot. But
2-1,
it's
думаешь,
tantalizingly
будет?
close.
3 карты
NiP to
будут
pick up their
играть?
first round. It all
Не
started
знаю,
here. The Monacy pick
посмотрим.
with the AWP manages to get a couple of kills in the round. And look at that, 5 bullets. Oh, it might have been enough. Just one more bullet to connect. He wins the round. Doesn't quite find it. You see the odds from our partners, GG Bet. They've got G2 as their heavy favorites here.
Ну за его вообще красавчик. Нет, сегодня он играл вообще
But
круто.
an important
Ну,
round.
первую карту не очень, а вот
Rattles off a shot
дальше
towards
он
B,
пошел
Nexa put him
там
high up.
разносить просто.
And CTs have
С АВП.
almost no utility across the board. Hooksy deploys the final smoke. And they've got a single flash and an HE around it, so this comes down to raw firepower.
Я вообще бы не против
Nico
посмотреть.
just down to the 5-7,
Но я думаю,
hasn't really got
что...
going thus far. As NiP start to coordinate
Не знаю
themselves
пока.
back
Не
to
могу
the
сказать.
ramp.
Ну, я бы посмотрел
Aforementioned
Мираж.
Nico holds
Посмотрел
towards
бы Мираж,
scaffolding for
но
now,
я
is
думаю, что...
hoping
Я знаю, что Мираж
catch the timing.
закончится победой
Someone looking in the wrong
G2.
direction. Is he going to swing any further than the defensive angle he's currently holding?
Потому что я
Rez
видел
comes to explore.
их катки на Мираже.
Set
Это...
scaffolding
Ну, это
position.
мощно.
This is the moment. Nico can sense danger.
Минус Ника на шарту. Это будет выход А. Все.
It's the third time he's beaten Nico so far. It's a little bit of a personal battle developing between the two of them.
Бля,
5-7
какой...
though, and in that
Да
position,
я
he
хрен
definitely
знает.
won config.
Назови топ-5
Good
лучших
spray.
игроков.
The
Alright.
best taught about it. He is a huge key, a huge tool here for NiP to try and upset.
Ooh,
Ты прям
Alright then,
спрашиваешь такие
Alex.
вопросы, как будто, знаешь, я
Karumba. I like that one.
следить начал,
believe Hunter didn't have a
честно,
helmet
за
there, so-
турнирами недавно только еще.
Yes,
В том
absolutely
году
wrecked
под
by the
конец.
grill.
И то
So that's the
под
round.
конец с
We're able to
Бласта.
see Nexa
Тоже
and
Blast
Monacy
начал
hold on to
смотреть.
the AK-47 and M4.
Вот.
It was Monacy that started the FAMAS. He managed to detect conflict towards middle, but it looked like the A-bomb site was irreparable. Nothing they can do but hold on. NiP have realized they've won this round now. Pick up and scavenge. Hunter's M4. We're going to tie things up 2-2. Now bear in mind, on their first outing, 13-7 in favor of G2 on Vertigo. It was the CT side for NiP that really plagued them. They managed to post 5 on their T campaign, but remember, they had that 5-1 start, if you remember, Anders. Like, it was on the first day, but they were up 5-1, and then they just gave up every single round after that in that first half. And they thought, okay, well, they have enough to work with, but then the second half, they got blown out the water. Let's see if they can stabilize today. They can't afford to let G2 have a huge lead and start demolishing them across the board. In terms of firepower, G2 have them pinned for sure, but they've done a very good job of nullifying Nico's efforts, for example. He's had almost 0 impact.
2-2.
And as you mentioned, getting taken down by Rez time and time again. All 3 of his kills have been on Nico.
Keep that up. Don't give him a chance to get up, because he's one of these players, just like Cyber with there. Once he's in the server and starts to get warmed up, the whole game bends around him, and you're in trouble. And they have more than one of those players, right? They got Monacy as well. Speaking of which, he walks right into config, holding the generator. That's an important kill, but they'll be able to at least
Ну,
get the AK back on their side.
про команду NiP я вообще ничего не могу
One of the
сказать.
two
Я
rifles they currently have with the
с ними
CTs.
познакомился вообще только вот недавно,
This is
поэтому
looking like
не
an
знаю.
interesting start for NiP. I'm kind of happy
Я
to see
первый
them
раз
do a little bit well
видел,
here early on.
Oh, yeah.
как они играют. Ну, первый раз
I
вижу,
don't
как
think-
они вообще играют.
They're going to win this series, but if they can make it competitive, have them on the ropes, take a map maybe.
Yeah, like I said, I find the whole NiP experience to be quite frustrating in general. Nice shot, Rez. There we go, hat trick as well.
Ну, в любом
I think it's
случае,
frustrating
как
partially
думаешь,
because if you just look at the names in the lineup, you can see how this can work.
Ну, смотри,
Like, if the
если
consistency between
человек
Rez and Config was really there,
талантливый, он
I
не,
think this
не
is suddenly a
показывает
very
свой
different
талант,
team,
ну,
and they could be
не
more than
очень
just like
он.
winning a map here and there. Like it could be more than that.
Какой смысл тогда от его таланта?
They definitely have some power in the lineup to try and
Ведь
play
всему можно, ну, а
more impressive
человек,
Counter-Strike
который
every once in a
тугодум и
while, it just
старается
goes away,
что-то
and we
вкинуть,
can't afford
сделать
that. Like, there are
что-то,
other teams out
то
there that don't have that
он со
same
временем
problem.
чему-то научится.
NiP take the lead.
С опытом. Все приходит с
round.
опытом.
Money accumulating. 4 players survive.
Такие вопросы прямо
Still with Galils and a couple of players here
интересные.
suffering from success.
Как будто мы не на КС смотрим, а просто пишем, чтобы я отвечал на
He took
вопросы.
100 damage, so was he right next to the bomb?
I don't know.
Ну, я вот захотел
What
стримить,
this went
например.
I
Ну,
have
вот
no idea
как
what he's
я
doing.
сказал. Блин, мне 30 лет,
Well,
я
he's
захотел
enjoying himself.
стримить.
That's
У меня
never
есть
good news
свободное
if
время, я
you're on
такой
the
подумал,
That's the
Брайан,
thing, like,
почему
if
не
he's in the zone
стримить?
and he's feeling
Деньги
it, and he has
есть,
a couple of
возможность
highlights
купить
early
хороший
on,
компьютер,
he's
я
a
купил его
momentum-based
и
player.
начал
Good pistol
стримить.
round. If they have a
И
couple of clutches that he's
с
part
каждым
of,
разом... Я изначально
starts to-
вообще стримил
starts to build in
без
confidence. He
вебки,
starts to
потому
get
что
let off the lead. He
стеснялся.
starts finding unbelievable
Но
headshots and
потом
confidence.
что-то я подумал, а что
But,
стесняться? Надо
early days here.
вебочку купить вебку и стримить с вебкой. И понял, что с вебкой начинается просмотр больше. Ну,
That was like
да,
one of his
моменты
well.
есть, там
was,
нужно
One of the best
иногда
moments of
держать
gaming, I
себя
would
в
say.
руках, в плане того, что
Overwatch is responsible for a few of those.
Yeah, you're not
там в
wrong.
носу не поковыряешься, братан, на
He was just
вебку.
over there, like,
Хотя на некоторых стримеров смотрю, они прям так
That's
херачат
weird.
в носу, могут ковыряться, там еще и козявки схавать. Так что
what did he
вот.
do? What? It must have been low HP, I don't know. That's
Так,
weird.
это вот
Like,
2-3.
I think he take like
Нипы
65 damage
берут
in that
третий
corner,
раунд.
60. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Let's get into it.
I would like to see Nico activated. The game is more fun when Nico is playing well. Definitely one of my favorite players of all time to watch. Along with probably half the Counter-Strike community.
At least half, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably got some haters out there as well. We all do.
Yeah. Gotta interact with those haters every once in a while, Henry, you know?
Yeah? That's your advice? Interact
Yeah. Meet them, you know.
face to face.
Give me your phone number. I don't know.
Oh, it's an
Про
early
Джаби ничего не скажу,
5 on
или
5.
Спинкс. Из
Some
Витальки я
slow
бы
map
выбрал
control being
Апекса.
taken, a sound cue from Rez. Not ideal, but also not the end of the world. But it does lead to a grenade. Actually, I take it back.
Не как даже, не как проигрок, а как более медийный человек. Как он себя ведет на этом все, ну, на матче. Он иногда бывает грустный, иногда там эмоционально подкрикивает что-то. Вот это мне нравится, его поведение на турнире. Именно. Как играет, ну, блин, бывает у всех. У кого-то летит, у кого-то не летит.
That took a lot longer than I was expecting, but it's Nico. And it's the res that he got some
Вон у
revenge
Нико
here,
все
a
время
headshot to
летит.
bring down Config.
Он
And
хорош.
his defense looking quite good at the moment. Hunter goes down in return, but I still think they have this one on lockdown. A 2 versus 4. S-Tag hoping to open it back up. I think it's very, very stretched at the moment. 10 seconds on the clock.
They do not get the plant down. Lovely protocol in place. More grenade
И в
damage,
один.
and this time
Будет
denying
сейф,
the all-important
скорее всего.
plant.
That's like 250 grenade damage in the round already. Output from G2.
Okay, they won't find S-Tag, but as you saw there was no time to do anything more with the round. So he'll survive with his Galil, and Nico starting to show some form now. Nice little boost to find the opening frag. Excellent aim on the second kill. Denies the plan with the volley of grenades. As you said, it was a bit touch and go. Wasn't sure if he was going to find that first kill on Rez, but finally answering back. Winning out in that particular duel. Here are the grenades from Hooksy. Very important denial of the plan.
Some of those grenades to stop the bomb plant with, funnily enough, were made by NiP at the beginning. I think when Threat was the one coaching the team, right when Vertigo came out, he came up with a series of really, really good grenades to not only to retake, but also to stop that bomb plant. So Threat, the architect of many cool strategies over the years. But yeah, being used against NiP now, unfortunately. Round number 7.
Я думаю, что
Still, not bad for NiP.
дальше будет интересно.
They don't have a lot of money. That might be the big downside at the moment, but neither do G2.
Вообще, кто как считает, будет ли... Возьмут ли G2 Vertigo? Ставьте плюсики в чат, если думаете, что эта карта будет за G2.
This one will be a labored round though. You can see 2 Galils, a Mac 10, have got the head trick orb. Rez has been influential in finding some of the key picks at the start. Nice little flash just to bait out a sound cue or more grenades from the T side as they slowly but surely make their way forward. It's Monacy. Has he got a helmet? He does. Up against this Mac 10.
Yeah, quite critical. Don't want to get instantly dinked.
Хорош. Монос минус дает на шорту. Кстати, кто как называет это место? Шорт или рукав?
Maybe you can make it pass, but not going to be this time. Head trick on the other side. Orb still alive.
Но я когда играю в CS, я называю это место рукавом. Кто-то называет это шорт полностью. Минус Ника, Хантер дает минус. Моноси дает минус. И 4 в 2. Пожарный шланг называется. Вообще это не пожарный шланг, а строительная леса.
Config and Alex will have to hold on to the little they've got.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough choice, but it does allow the CT side to get away with 4 rifles. They win around, but you probably don't have a choice.
But the money's going to be battered and bruised going
Safe
forward.
Safe
anyway.
at
Well hold on to the AWP, give it the head trick. Maybe Alex holds on to it considering he'll have...
4-3.
Oh, he's got Kevlar. I feel like it's maybe a tactical timeout again. Because you want a head trick to have the AWP, but he hasn't got Kevlar, but he did have $2,000 of residual. Do you want to force into this one? It's a really difficult call to make.
Yeah?
But this was lovely. Good
Нигде не
information
работаю.
garnered by G2, trading out the kills when required. Monacy already found the opener towards scaffolding, took down head trick.
Где ты работаешь? Нигде. Сам на себя работаю.
Quite a lot if they want to make this happen. So head trick will just get Kevlar. They'll keep the money at just under $1,000 per player. So more than a partial buy, but less than a full investment for sure.
Да, это первая карта.
AK for config. Boosting up head trick. Oh, another big grenade.
Don't normally see people boosted that far up.
Not anymore. Used to be like a forklift back there.
Hunter trying to guess it right through, but he doesn't realize they've already made their way past. Nico showing up to help out his cousin a little bit. Good news. And they're going to fall back. They put a little bit of grenade. Molotov slow them down.
Really nice incendiary. Allows the CTs to reposition.
Это вообще гэп.
Establish the crossfires. Got the man advantage.
Да нет, нету бизнеса никакого. Просто сам на себя работаю и все. Почему обязательно, когда ты сам на себя работаешь, должен быть бизнес?
That's what they have to try and eventually get the bomb down.
They've got the orb of head trick though. You're kind of just hoping like, let's just get him some space. Ideally at the top of the ramp. If he finds a pick, everyone just flood the bomb site. This is what it's all built around. 30 seconds though. He'll be alone at the ramp.
Да, ты прав. ЦВП, правда, не очень стреляю, но...
And a shot lands from S-Tag.
That's interesting.
Да, нет, ну нет, не курьер.
It's close, it's really close, but Hooksy and Hunter
Яндекс доставки, да. Яндекс. И тут в чат должна залететь Яндекс доставка. Реклама. Да, ну я не скрытный стример, просто пока что такой замкнутый курьер людей, да, в поставках людей. Перевожу из Китая людей в Россию. Транспортировка. Да не скрытный, просто скромный. Я скромный стример. А не скрытный. Ну, тут многие писали, что это байтер, еще что-то. На лайки байчу и еще. Да нет, это просто так. Нет, давайте без этого. Я начинающий, да, скорее всего. Ну, слушай, я открытый. Ну, знаешь, мы сейчас смотрим турнир, и тут вас очень много, и не все же вы придете ко мне на стрим, когда я буду играть в КС сам. А я планирую это на следующей неделе делать, потому что сейчас я не хочу это делать, потому что в тильте, у меня нет настроения играть в КС. Поэтому я смотрю турнир. Вот. Когда я играю в КС, мне задают все те же вопросы, я спокойно также отвечаю на них. Просто при маленьком объеме людей на стриме. Итого 5-3 G2 впереди. Выход на А будет от команды NiP. Снова я и снова я с камерой.
And he could do something here back at the M4A1.
Well, they're going to assume it's clear now. Yeah. That's the thing. You would think those kind of grenades are players there. It almost certainly killed you.
Слушай, КС я играю... CS2 начал играть только когда... Вот как вышло CS2, я начал играть. До этого я играл в CSGO, но потом какой-то период перестал играть. Привет, привет, спасибо тебе большое. Потом перестал играть. Просто, и все. Ну, не захотелось. Потом я просто начал играть. Не знаю, какая сенса стоит у меня. Наверное, стандартная, как была в КС. Я просто на мышке ставлю зеленую кнопочку, и все. Но небольшая, наверное.
Now it's looking right over. Rez with a shot. Here we go. On no health at all. A double kill to almost certainly secure the round here. Nice shot from Rez.
I don't know.
Пробовал Warface играть. Поиграл чуть-чуть, но не зашло. На крипте сидишь. Да. Со скриптонитом на крипте сидим. Нет, нет, нет. Более, давайте, моя профессия более творческая, ребят. Ну, как сказать, чем я занимаюсь, это творческая работа. Дальше уже можете подумать, догадаться. Ну, кто, кстати, заходил ко мне на стрим, когда... Бля, ну... Нет. Но если бы я писал музыку, да, было бы прикольно. Скромный писатель. Не, фразочки не будет. Но вот если сегодня Cloud9 выиграют бигов, то они будут завтра с ВП играть. И тогда обязательно будет фразочка. Нет, не дизайнер, но близко, кстати. Но близко, ребят, дизайнер, пишешь картины, вот это все близко уже. Близко, вы близки. Здорово, привет, привет.
He's towards B. The bomb site hasn't seen much action whatsoever. Next has had a very quiet time over there.
Архитектор, директор. Нет, и не то, и не другое. Нет. Ну, я скажу так, что это тоже дорогое. Честно, на фотографа похож. Да, все верно, на фотографа я похож на фотографа. Денег хватает. На жизнь, ребят, хватает. Сантехник. Ну, дома иногда бываю сантехником. Приходится. Маркетинг нет. Приходится быть сантехником. Когда ремонт делал сантехнику. КС, доту играете. Я в доту тоже играю, но так, по минусу. Мне больше доту нравится смотреть, чем играть. Визажисту.
They're such effortless shots.
Бля, ну,
I just can't explain how he does it.
Игорь,
He
не
makes it look
визажист.
so easy. Dodges the flashbang.
Тут уже сказали, кто я. Все, тут уже написали. Моноси делает -3 просто. Ну, мужик просто. Мужик. Давай по игре, брат. Ну, я не могу, ну, как бы, я пытаюсь по игре. Но тут пишут вопросы. Давайте по игре. Ну что, это будет выход под Б от НиПов. Моноси.
We are going to see Reds fighting back. He's actually had a pretty decent showing on his side. Starting to slow down now, but this one is loud and proud.
Still have to make your way past Monacy, and as we just discussed, not necessarily that easy.
Ну что, -2 делает Моноси сейчас.
Offset that crosshair. They're getting very close now. A good flashbang might do it. They do flash him, in fact. They're getting close, but...
А нет, делает -1. Так, Б заняли. Ставится плент 1 в 3. Нико. Остался только один Нико. Молит плент. И конфиг наказывает его. С дигла причем. Мощно. Все отлично.
And so does Rez. That was a compromise setup. They had a mixture of pistols and an AK-47. And it was just about enough here. S-Tag recovering the M4, gets himself a double. As I said, conflict lurking towards middle, confirms the round. Nico can do nothing about it. Good work. Needed that. Final round, Anders, of this first half. NiP, if they can get 5, they will equal their total in the first outing. That's exactly what they got before, but it's not a great start. Can they take down Nico?
Ника дает минус на рампе.
He's hoping they will give up on the hunt and he can
да, на рампе.
relinquish control of the
И опять это выход под Б будет.
Elsewhere, trying to force the issue, found through the smoke by S-Tag. Oh, and he suspects a second as well. He'd be right in thinking so. Final round, 4 and 4. Pressure being applied.
Не надо, что ты? Какое? Ну, на самом деле, я охереваю, когда я захожу там к какому-нибудь топовому стримеру и смотрю, у него просто донаты идут, просто так. Заберут Некса. Пантер еще помогает. Хорош, Некса минус дает.
Yeah, he's the one to take the initiative. And we know that makes a big difference in CS2.
4 в 3.
2 people down already on NiP. 45 seconds.
That's a huge
NiP готовится выходить на А.
They've lost complete B control. They kind of have to go A. They don't know if Nex is going to be backstabbing them. They don't know if he's tucked himself in an advantageous spot. They have to go A. And guess who's waiting for them?
Идет раскидка.
It's Monacy. Oh, get out of the way. Get out the way, Nico.
Ника просто перекрыл.
Yeah, that looked awkward. He was initially crouching down, but then kind of stood up at the wrong time. Oh, 90 damage. He nearly got the kill on Config, but Alex up close, holding them back. And Monacy dropped very low on health. NiP, they might have found a way to do it here. Alex getting one more kill. He's had a pretty good first half, and Monacy shut down at the end. It's a
И раунд за командой NiP.
Okay, go. Try to shoot. It's crazy what I have.
Ну что, вы можете сейчас пока задавать свои вопросы. У нас есть 2 минуты.
Has it ever been like in the active competitive map pool? Yes. It could be Cobble, it could be Train, it could be Dust 2, it could be Cash, it could be...
О жизни там.
What are the green?
Поговорим о жизни.
And Cobblestone is green, so we just... Is it a green map? Cash and Cobblestone are green, so that's one. Two, one. Okay.
You have 7 questions left, guys.
Thank you. Is it Cobble?
Yes. What I have? You're not even in your head, you know? You cannot believe that it's what's written.
Bro, it's this in sniper position.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. It's chicken cook. Tower. Is it question? Is it question? Yes, it's question. No.
Да ладно, не надо, чё ты? Мне на самом деле нормально. Вот. Я... Глупый вопрос. Мне так кажется. Все верно, я за дружбу, я комментатор, я нейтралитет должен держать, как мне сказали. Так что... Я не скажу.
Just you need obvious things. It's really obvious, but why are you helping, man? What
is it on the right side of drop?
Ну, мне тут не на том стриме сказали, что я должен держать нейтралитет.
How do we narrow this down? Okay, you know the statue on side?
Yeah.
Is it to the right of that?
You cannot ask this.
You can.
За БП, да, все верно.
If you stay behind it as city, yeah?
Yeah. When you look is it to the right?
And you hold long. Yeah, it's to the right, yeah.
Да, Артем, давай без этого, без оскорблений, пожалуйста.
Is that what you answered? That if
И
you look
тому
at
подобное.
then it's on the right.
No, like what Nexus said, I answered. Yeah, that's
okay. So that's
На всякие куи посылать не надо.
10 questions left, guys, and you won.
Да не надо писать такого, пожалуйста. Все, давай прекратим. Я твой просто ник, в принципе, прочитать не могу. Да не надо, ребят. Чё вы тут? Я сегодня, давайте все, сегодня вот я эту стримлю без байта вообще. Я никого не буду байтить ни на лайки, ни на подписки, вообще на это ничего не буду байтить. Но знаете, завтра, когда будет играть Cloud9 против ВП, да, стримить выбрал для хобби. Ну, просто хотел вообще хотел попробовать стримить.
It's either G2 or NiP. One of these two teams has to go home. Group C, lower bracket final.
Здравствуйте, Дарья.
We have the same maps and the same scoreline in the first half. 7-5 to G2 after their CT campaign. Not out of the woods just yet. This is the pick of NiP. But the problem is, on that first outing, their CT side was abhorrent. They couldn't get going at all.
7-5.
It's Config again, who's quiet.
G2 за Т.
With a much better performance than he showed in the previous match.
Where is Config?
Yeah, we need him to come online now.
3 kills. That is so
Да, я из РФ.
So, if they win this pistol, G2 will be in great stead.
G2 готовит выход на мид. На миду их ждет Алекс и хит-трик.
Behind the mid box, S-tag towards construction as well. This is an anti-strat. They know what they're up against here.
It still could be very tricky if the first kill goes in favor of the T side. Who knows? Bit of a trade there.
Минус Моноси,
finds another one.
минус Ника,
Smooth
минус
shot. Nico's out of it. S-tag back in action. And Config even gets a chance to have a little bit of a say. You're right. That absolutely knew what was coming.
Ты мой фанат.
They've watched the demos, it seems. Not sure if that's a common strat deployed by G2.
У меня даже есть фанаты. Не, ну нормально, это хорошо. У меня есть фанаты, у меня есть хейтеры, как бы, и вообще отлично. Есть люди, которые постоянно ко мне на стрим заходят и общаются со мной.
He was non-existent on the first day. It's looking much better for him.
Это приятно, это классно.
Fair share of contributions in the
Ты
earlier
не будешь,
stages
мы
of the
будем.
first half.
Лично, спасибо. Спасибо, ребят. 7-6. Пистолетку проиграли G2. И сейчас будет быстрый выход на Б. Вот, кстати, чем мне нравится G2, я много раз когда смотрел, они всегда делают быстро все. И быстро помирают. Ника, пачка ставится. 3 в 2. А почему сегодня день особенный? Чего ты взяла? И в спину идет.
He's got an incendiary, no kit, 100 HP. Oh, smoked off. Makes things even harder for him. Incendiary's pretty decent, makes things uncomfortable.
Сегодня такой день. Сегодня на вылет игры. Минус Ника, 1 в 1. Китов нет.
I really can't believe it. They should have been winning this round, Henry. NiP, they'd done it. They were in the Matrix, but instead,
8-6.
not clubbed to death, but glocked to death at the bomb site.
What an absolute bloody blunder. Glocks. Just running in the B side.
Just
no utility, nothing.
You could like see it as like a slow, just a car crash happening here.
16-6.
On the comms, they started shooting each other.
Oh no.
Vitality выиграли.
That was an absolute horror show. Like, well done to G2. Like, don't take much away from them, but that's NiP's round to lose. Oh, that's the most demoralizing way for it to go down as well.
Как приятно видеть, когда Ника радуется.
Some utility, fair enough.
Ну что ж, это опять выход Б будет. Да. И опять, скорее всего, быстрый пуш.
You kind of know, okay, there's so many people coming.
The thing is, yeah, he tried to go, he committed too hard to that first kill. He dumped the mag and then didn't have time to even reposition. Maybe they can bring it back. They're gonna force by themselves to once again flash out.
Ай, как Фокси пропустил миду.
Does get the first. There's something else to be said about this one. There's no trade and response. It's getting very uncomfortable now for G2. They've taken a lot of damage en route here. This is the force buy from NiP. They've got everyone in position. They didn't just call it off. They might have to now. Okay, this round just got a lot more interesting. S-Tag making up for the previous round already. Gets them the advantage. A boatload of damage inflicted to 3 players as well. Hoping the next up, the only player of 100 HP, could find a pick and response. They've got an M4 now.
Я не думаю, что будет сегодня такая аудитория. Сегодня такие средние команды. Ну, типа, все примерно понимают, кто выигрывает. 2-3 в 1. И, скорее всего, Рез будет сейвить. Это что он будет этого?
And Rez won't have the intel that they're all low.
А, нет, он планирует зайти в спину, но там его ждет Нико. Никола. Ну чё? Встретятся они? Встретятся? Ну? Нет, он будет ждать. Встретятся. Но Никола его забирает.
And now this is the worst possible start you could have on the CT side. You win the pistol, you then don't even lose to a force buy, you lose to Glocks, and then you force by yourself and don't
Блин,
win the
жалко
round.
Инферно нет. Я бы вот Инферно от G2 посмотрел.
Great effort, don't get me wrong, they made this one uncomfortable. But unless you win it, it doesn't really mean anything, because you can't punish. You can't buy anything in the next round. Like, you're full eco territory, and like, DJL's gonna have to have some very inspiring words here. Like, maybe they do fancy another force buy. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, but they must be getting desperate. That is, I mean, the round that they lose to Glocks that's suffocating.
Yeah, I can't, like, if you want to be the underdog and have a chance of winning these sort of matchups, that's just not acceptable. Like, they know it as well. Can't afford to lose those rounds.
Yeah,
it wasn't like some sick strat with even a couple of flashes.
Ну да, там вот Vitality Astralis была интересная игра. Неожиданная. Я реально думал, что Vitality выиграет. Но, видишь, как бы получилось так, что Astralis всегда фаворит. Понял, Богдан? Тебе пишут. От души за ответ.
Detecting the A stack, that's just invitation to make their way over towards B.
Так, ну что там у нас? 4-4, и опять это выход Б. На Б никого у НиПов, поэтому G2 занимает его спокойненько просто. Ставится плент, Моноси ставит плент. Молик на девятку. Смок. Ждем.
If you can get a couple of kills in Mac 10, maybe you could even sort of.
И Ника ждет поджим.
Just looking for exits, yeah. So that's the thing. You don't want to save it. You just want to try and get that $600. Like, send the USPs in first, try and do some damage. Hopefully Mac 10 gets the kill and gets the cash bonus.
Я думаю, это будет сейв. А, ну тут что сейвить? Пистолеты сейвят.
I assume getting T spawn.
А, они будут выбивать дроп, они будут ждать внизу и выбивать дроп.
See if Alex can make a heroic drop down.
Но тут уже Ника поджидает их. Минус 1, минус 2. Давай, минус 2. Минус 2 Ника. Минус 2 Ника делает. Хорош.
So, G2, can't believe it. I am seldom lost for words.
Отлично.
Like that second round is going to haunt me as well tonight. And it's
Ну,
not looking
G2
good.
спокойно сейчас играют. Мне кажется, они даже не напрягаются. Счет 10-6.
As G2 find their 10th round,
Пользу
it was the
G2.
CT side that was very disappointed from NiP in the first outing in this rematch.
Мне так кажется, тут закончится не 2-1, а 2-0, ребят. Поэтому больно НиП даже не хотят защищаться.
So far, so good. This gun round might decide it all. Oh, good damage.
Yeah, I want to see, but they know where S-Tag is. There's one grenade, more, a short to follow. Molotov on the one side here. They're trying to see if they can force him into the line of sight of the AWP, but actually good understanding for S-Tag. Oh, no, it doesn't even matter.
Монос делает минус.
Shot through the grating there.
Yeah. They knew he was isolated.
А как понять, играет стикерами?
Nico just got such a read on this. So what are you going to do?
Die.
Ника делает минус на рампе, и это выход на
You've lost control of B potentially. Like someone has to initiate a flank, find info, what's going on.
На
Like,
А
you
у
can see
НиП
A-Ram's clear,
никого.
rotate over towards B, but Nico just waiting for him.
А, нет, есть один.
Snares him at the
Заблудившийся
bottom
один
of A-Ramp.
есть.
50
Но он
seconds
тоже
remain,
будет шмутать.
5
Он сейчас
versus
чекает
3.
мид.
Utility still remains for an execution. They can smoke both sides of the bomb site. Molotov boost.
5 в 3.
And there's not even anyone here. The round's already over. They don't even know it.
Привет, привет, Роман.
That's what you call
Roman
a
Birk.
gamble stack. You know the round's done, but hey, if they make a huge mistake and come here, we'll be willing to fight. Not going to see that situation realized, but
You know, if you're watching like a live stage show or something, and a performer falls on stage, and everyone's like, "Oh, you feel bad."
more like when Shara fell through the stage. Do you remember that?
That's what it's like watching NiP in that round with the Glocks. Like, I know I'm bringing it up again. I said we shouldn't talk about it, but it's just, it's like the whole in this match right now. There's before that round and after, it feels like nothing's worked for NiP. Otherwise,
I can't stress enough. Like that's the most haunting round to lose. And when you're against G2 and you've won a pistol, a convincing one. You've anti-stratted them as well, Andy. You've done your homework. You've caught the anti-strat. Everything's going in your favor. They've gone full eco. They didn't even get a plant. And you lose to the bloody Glocks. Lost absolutely everyone in the save as well. Oh, no.
Ilya, can we start how we ended last time? So you just walk in B and you kill him with up, okay?
Yeah, let's go.
Хорош, Роман. Много поставил.
Says Monacy.
that's straightforward.
I'm fucked.
Yep.
I'm fucked. Yep. Yes, you are. You've been naded, Molotov,
11-6.
Oh, and they're planning. It's even funny because we know they're planning to do two of them again. They're like, let's do it one more time. Why not? We spent so much time talking about like wild strats.
Ну, такое смело 2-0 ставить. Ну, не, ну тут Роман возможно 2-0. Тут возможно 2-0. А вот на Cloud 9 11-6 у нас. И опять же выход под А. Уже вся тима G2 на А. Ну, пачку не ставит.
The grenades are landing once again. No kills found just yet on the T side. No double kill
Ника
for Nico
хорош.
either. It's getting a little bit more complicated than it should. Can they do something with this one? The problem is there's been so much damage inflicted. You can see head trick, convict so low. It's not slowing down S-Tag though. Oh, that might be it though. Good effort.
Моноси,
But that's
монстр,
going to be
да.
that point. 6 of them
Красавчик.
to work with here on the G2 side. The absolute favorites coming into this one. And unfortunately, it's not looking good for an IP.
3 or maybe 4 C75s in the round. That's not
them,
happened for a very long time. Damn. Good shots. I mean, nice attempt for an IP. But it doesn't really change the direction of the game at the moment. 12-6.
Ну слушай, вчера Биги хорошо играли, но не без ошибок. Мы вчера смотрели, Биги нормально играли.
I don't know what you do about that. Oh my God. Hat-trick.
Yeah, gets his head removed.
Yeah. Gonna be a closed casket funeral on that one. He's out.
Okay, well, this is the easiest call of Huxley's career. You take down the orb on the other side of the map. It's just going to a full B execution now. Maybe even the contact play. You know, just S-tag there at the very most. And actually, it's not completely open. Oh, my God.
They've rolled the dice. And
that might be GG. Probably is GG, I should say.
Yeah.
Да ладно, чё, нормально Cloud9 вчера сыграли против ВП. Просто ВП чуть-чуть были сильнее. Вот и все. А тут 12-6. И походу... G2 заканчивает эту карту с победой. Минус от Моноси. Минус Хантер. Моноси делает минус 2, минус 3, все. Первая карта за G2. Жестко, жестко Саша написал. Ну слушай, они Инферно хорошо сыграли.
Same map, same result, same ending. G2 once again victorious on the grounds of Vertigo, and in spite of an NiP that looked a little bit more
inspired on their G2.
a little bit more in the backbone, I have to admit that on that second half, G2 closed any sort of debate.
Yeah, it would have been nice if we could have a competitive game, a competitive
Вторая
show.
карта G2.
Would be nice. I think you're right saying that the first half remained slightly more competitive than the second half. Unfortunately for NiP, they fell flat. We spoke about it coming into the game. You need someone to step up. You need someone to cause trouble for G2, someone to apply pressure so they can also feel that pressure and perhaps mess up themselves. And no one, absolutely no one from NiP stepped up for the occasion, which is why we see such a one-sided affair once more.
And the issue is, of course, if you have individuals who can step up and save you a couple of rounds, that's great, but you still need to have a very minimum of quality of protocols for you to get to bomb sites without getting multi-killed. And they were struggling to do that. We just had the round history. We saw this sea of CT rounds from G2 in the first half.
Перерыв минут 5-10.
Of course, there are players capable of multi-kills on the G2 ranks, but it's also because they're not put in uncomfortable positions. You're talking about Monacy just clipping shot after shot after shot of AWP. You're talking about Nico sneaking in sandbag, and no one is really taking care of him, so he gets that multi-kill. It's only towards the very end of the first half that NiP is starting to be a bit more together, a bit more refined on how they take map control, how they trade, and they finally win
за кого болею, пока ни за кого не болею. Я как комментатор, я не должен болеть ни за кого. Я болею за ВП.
And I find myself often in the position that I have to constrain myself when I speak about NiP. Because what's their excuse?
Let it go, Jacob. Just let it go.
What is the excuse of NiP? We just saw Falcons. Well, we know their new team, their new project. We see a lot of teams who's made roster changes. We can find excuses for pretty much any given team out there in terms of time together, in terms of players in out of positions or out of roles. NiP was a team brought together for the fall finals in Copenhagen. They now had 2 months off of an off-season.
Хорош, отмазался Саня, вообще красава. Через 11 минут следующая карта будет. В левом верхнем углу, если что, всегда пишут, через сколько. Ну что ж, я пока вас покину, пойду покурю, а вы пока общайтесь. Ну, что вам еще делать? Сейчас играет G2 против команды NiP. 1-0 G2 ведет. Следующая карта у нас Anubis. Anubis карта от G2.
To G2's favor, even though there is a low HP onto Hunter, they take the space away from NiP, and this is really heartbreaking in terms of momentum. It's really hard.
Все, давайте, я сейчас скоро вернусь.
Just won a very one-sided pistol round with great call, great ID from them, the dual Berettas coming into, and then this round comes up, you literally rush B. It's a face it rush B with good pathways and 1 or 2 good flashes, and you're gonna destroy an M4. Like this is pretty much, when I see this round, like I know the game is over, as weird as it sounds.
I want to see it again. I want to see it one more time.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we actually have to, because there's not a good B rush coming in from G2. S-Attack gets the first kill, right? He's not, no flashes, no nothing at him. What are the 2 other players doing? Config is shooting at his teammate, shooting at everyone at this point. There's no one flashing for each other. There's no one nading this side. There's no one putting down a Molotov that perhaps dissects the map a little bit or makes some of the backup players from G2 not able to come in and help. Not a single NiP player used a grenade in order to make life for themselves easier. That is some of the most piss-poor Counter-Strike I've seen all tournament long. And honestly speaking, it's unacceptable. As I said, what is the excuse for NiP in this situation? It feels like it's a team of individuals not playing together.
I would have to fault communication. Like literally, communication is the only thing I can
understanding of the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're S-Attack, and I imagine it's get a little hectic on the team speak, right? You're calling for a rush. The only thing I can imagine is that there would be too much confusion for the 2 players backing up to realize I have to take your left-hand side cover, because the only reason they lose is because this player is allowed to go towards server and gets the blindsided kill onto S-Attack. That's the only reason they lose, and they should be able to trade him. So is that a chaotic situation? Is that what we're looking at?
Yes and no. I think it's just...
Oh, no, I know. Thanks.
Yes and no. It's the symptomatic style of NiP. It's the reaction coming in. We know Config is a player that is... He's trusting more in his aim and his utility, right? Let's be completely honest. And Res, he trusts more in his aim than his utility. So who's supposed to be the player coming in to help
So who's flashing?
With a Molotov, throwing a flash, helping not only yourself, but your teammate, right? I don't feel... I don't even know. It's not like that I don't feel sorry for S-Attack, but he's well aware that the teammates around him are not going to help him, right? It's just one of those situations where I feel the players that you put together in that area of the map, all they look for is fighting and dueling, and as long as no one is willing to put down a flash, put down a Molotov, or put down a nade, rounds like that is going to happen occasionally, and that's just not good.
Well, Jacob, you're angry about the lack of utility.
Yes.
Let's have an idea of what G2 did with their own utility. Okay. I found a round 17, which I thought was pretty interesting in terms of building around and just like a chess game, just piece by piece taking apart NiP. We're gonna see here S-Attack being zoned out, nade onto him, m0NESY gets him from the left side, and once they find the kill, they revert back and NiKo just punishes head trick. And it's 10-6 scoreline. It's a big round buy from NiP, and this looks so easy. This looks like the easiest round ever, but it's not that easy. It's just well constructed, good utility zonage, and then good map coverage from G2.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from G2. I think they played a good T side here in Vertigo. I think they played a great map overall as well. Again, I guess it's just my mindset right now that is very, very negative. But you see one player S-Attack again isolated. No help, no nothing, no flash to get him away from that position. Sometimes you see a player get isolated, and then you have a mate coming in with a flash you can get away, or a Molotov for that matter. That's not happening. Then Hetrick is pushing down by himself. There's not a teammate within 10 meters of him. There's no potential for any refrag whatsoever. Again, you're looking at a disjointed team just playing 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. So of course it's easy for G2.
Well, I think you just proved me.
Need a break.
You know, I need a break. He needs a break. NiP needs a break. Everybody does. We'll be back in a few minutes, and then we're gonna dive back into map number 2.
Так, что у нас там по голосованию? 200 человек проголосовали, что выиграет G2. Ну, если думаешь, то заливай, как бы до этого Геймер Легион уже фейзов выигрывала. По-моему, даже со счетом 2-0. Поэтому это будет интересная битва. Но я не думаю, что фейзы будут делать такие ошибки, как в той игре. И у нас через 30 секунд начнется вторая карта. Анубис. Пик G2. G2 против NiP. Если выиграет G2, то завтра она будет играть с Нави, как бы. Первую карту взял G2.
Hey, you. Welcome back. You're watching Blast and you've made a great decision. Well, you have a problem, Jacob? Would you like me to?
Hey.
Would you like me to greet you like that in the morning?
I'm good. I'm good.
He drives me every morning.
Ну слушайте, завтра у нас очень интересно получается. Астралис сыграет против Виталити. Второй раз уже. Нави будут, если выиграет G2, будут против них играть. И это тоже второй раз они будут играть. Так что... Короче, завтра, походу, будет день реваншей. Я вот не помню, Liquid с кем играли.
He's gonna give me a lot of points. The only reason why I'm down here with other two brain dead Danes is because I haven't had my points with Liquid players just yet.
Ooh, you're right. You're right. You guys, obviously, you can have a look at blast.tv if you want to see how your fantasy team is doing. Jacob, how many? И
если Облако выиграет, оно играет с ВП. Тоже реванш.
So mission accomplished. Successful.
Successful so far, you know. But all right. Who knows what happens on map 2, Matthew?
Well, exactly. That was going to be my next question because, matter of fact, we have already seen this map between these two teams. It's a similar veto, and it didn't exactly go well the first time around. It was one of the most hollow, superficial, boring map. I'm so sorry to put it this way. No resistance whatsoever. Help me see a world in which there is a different horizon. You have
ну а если выиграет Геймер Легион у фейзов, то у Ликвидов тоже будет реванш. Точнее, у Геймер Легион будет реванш. Так что завтра, походу, насыщенные игры будут. Очень насыщенные. Насчет трансляции игр я пока что не знаю, буду ли я тут сидеть. Это все будет известно только завтра.
G2 has won the... Do you want to go home already, or would you like to stay until the end?
Not necessarily go home, but if NiP can give me a game, if they can make it competitive, if they can push G2 to, let's say, double digits, if they can make them sweat a little bit, for me, that's enough. For me, that's enough for me to say that, all right then, NiP, you did better than I expected, because that's the only win I see them getting here. They're not going to beat G2 on Anubis, but if they get to double digits and make a game out of it, at least they can entertain us and maybe work on that foundation for the future tournament.
Small, tricky question. When they played last time, of course, G2 started on the CT side, but that didn't really stop them from destroying NiP. No. Do you imagine a world in which NiP say, you know what, why don't we try and start on the CT side? I know it goes against the meta of Anubis, very much so, but if you're in that situation, I mean, might as well just go for desperate means.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how NiP want to lose, I guess, and how fast they want to lose. I would very much be surprised if they choose to start on that CT side. I would always go for the T side, if anything, so NiP can try to dictate the game. Again, try to take control over it. They're going up against one of the best teams in the world on Anubis in G2, but if you're NiP, you may as well go for it. As I said, expectations are already met in the sense that they're not expected to beat G2. They lost their own map pick as well, so it can't even get any worse from this point onwards for NiP. So go in there, start on the T side, try to dictate play the game and maybe see if you can apply pressure to G2. Maybe there's a surprise in the making, but there's nothing that suggests that as of so far.
Well, listen, whenever we establish such a grim context, sometimes
спасибо всем, кто подписывается, спасибо всем, кто ставит лайки, спасибо большое. Я понял, что даже когда вас не просишь, вы это делаете. Спасибо.
Yeah, I tend to agree, Matthew. We're going to Anubis again. This was the second map in the first outing as well.
Поэтому без байта,
2 rounds in total picked up by NiP. They got 2 on the T side, Anders. That's all they'll be starting again, presumably.
Реально, вы поддерживаете сами, молодцы. Спасибо.
Start on the terrorist forces. But yeah, it's not looking good at all. I share the sentiment of Pimp, though. If they can at least make this entertaining, at least show us they've got something left in the tank, that would be great. I don't want them to just roll over and die here in this second map.
Well, the odds certainly have not improved over at GGBet. It's looking even more.
Вчера наконец-то забрал перчатки, которые мне дарили. Ля, все. Теперь у меня есть перчаточки в КС. Ништяк. Добрый человек мне подогнал перчатки.
Yeah, some of the individuals, some of the stars here, like the inconsistency, it is a problem, and especially when you're up against Nico and Monacy, who are just playing so well.
На них была задержка, блин, на целые 2 недели. Вторая карта Анубис.
Right now in front of your very eyes. It's not an easy task.
Ну что, погнали, смотрим. Всем приятного просмотра. NiP за Т, G2 за КТ. Сейчас, походу, на миду будет бойня, которую устроит команда G2. Минус Ника. Монаси дает минус, Некса дает минус.
Yeah, and I think Alex was with a grenade in hand.
4 в 2.
Else, maybe flashing a teammate over at the B bomb side. I don't know, but either way, that's all in the past now. S-Tag and Hetrick hoping for some long-range battles here that they can win. S-Tag kind of realizing, yeah, he's in a little bit of trouble here. Don't want to get double peeked at that range with the USP, so has to respect it. Maybe they can run for the A bomb site, try and get a bomb planted, but it's not going to be easy.
I was going to say, this duel, I didn't like that.
Хантера кладут в коня.
Contain them, run the clock down. Like they were going to lose it eventually, and now this round is back on.
Мои? Да, все хорошо у меня с делами.
3 versus 2.
Да погоди, Роман, ну что ты? Совсем не веришь в команду NiP.
Was it in the water? They swim if they touch the water.
No, it's literally just gliding on the ground. I've never seen that.
It's just a
У тебя как дела?
So you have to deal with these sort of things.
So bitter. The bomb is making its way to the B bomb side.
Ну ладно, хорошо.
They're just hoping for at least the bomb plan here.
Я тебя услышал.
This can actually be fun though. If he can get one.
У нас с погодой, так зима.
He's not even there.
Но не холодно. Так, пачка поставлена на Б. И вся команда G2 перетягивается. 2 в 3. Диффузов нет.
Retake will actually be quite challenging here. They've got so much ground to cover, so many nooks and crannies to discover. And here we go. Oh, well, that might do it.
Yeah, it might.
Некса дает минус 2. Все отлично. Уверенный первый раунд за командой G2.
It does let them have Galils or maybe AKs.
Я где живу? Город Кострома.
They couldn't even finish the sentence before Nico dealt with him. And a bit of a freebie here as Alex was caught with trousers around his ankles. Hetrick, nice kill, but Nexa even nicer.
Nice, nice. Браво.
Not sure what that was about.
I don't know either.
But we are going to have a Monacy AWP.
Здорово. Привет, привет.
In the second round.
А ты откуда будешь?
Really going for it. Absolutely no utility to speak of. They still don't have a defuse kit in this round, so they're really quite sure that there's not going to be any kind of a bomb plant here. NiP bringing the bomb
так, ну что ж.
Towards the A side of the map.
Подготовка выхода на А от команды NiP. Сибирь. У тебя, наверное, там холодно.
It is on Monacy. Who can disagree?
Ну давай, Некса, встречай. Ой, ошибку делает Некса.
Минус.
Нико. Ника делает минус 2. Но НиП никто не чекал. И вот команда NiP 2 в 1.
I've actually got this one in their favor. The bomb's not planted straight away, but they're going to go back towards B potentially. They've bought him a lot of time to reposition here. Hooksy might be out of luck though. They've made the right call, anticipating his flank.
Привет, привет.
That's an awkward middle of the round here. If they would have gone back in, Hooksy might have had a really good crack at it, but
Они не поставили, NiP не поставили пачку. Они идут на Б ставить пачку.
They're going to be able to get the bomb plant. He still has the element of surprise. That's the one thing that can maybe turn it into a quick 1 versus 1 if he's really lucky with it. They've checked absolutely everywhere for him, but finally, bomb gets planted. Hooksy not that far away. He's got some great grenades. If he gets the first one here, it gets interesting because he can burn out Alex in the corner. Instead uses it there, flash out as well, but now they're both ready for him. I don't think he's going to be able to isolate a fight any longer. Probably have to fight almost both at the same time. A little bit of an aid, a little bit of a jump out, and Rez will take him out. Triple for Rez as well.
1-1. Команда NiP берет этот раунд.
Had they not gone that in the 3-on-2 deficit, they would not have the option to bring out those Galils and have success.
Ну да, G2 тут купили Monosi АВП, но он не реализовал его.
Disappointing one to give away, but well done. Capitalized. You see, the AWP was non-existent there. Didn't even have any sort of knock-on effect. Wasn't recovered by NiP. But as mentioned, that force by Deagles.
Потому что денег вообще нет. Я думаю, что этот раунд будет за NiP. Короче, сейчас NiP возьмут 2 раунда. Скорее всего. Если Никола не покажет нам хорошую стрельбу с дигла.
Testing the smoke in the middle, not really afraid at all. I guess I do kind of like that. I like that they're still trying to play without too much fear here, because if you start doubting yourself that much, it's going to be a really hard game to win. Nico back here. No
Ника не видит, конф не видит Ника. Оу. Ника наказывает конфига. И все, перетяжка на А. План ставится, будет на... Команда NiP выходит на А. И забирает этот раунд.
Full speed ahead and towards the A bomb site. Take those challenges. All 5 members.
Ну, по крайней мере, сейчас вот мы смотрим эту игру, и никто мне не пишет, чтобы я молчал. Уже приятно хотя бы. Да, пока сделали красиво.
That was a must-win round. NiP could not afford to give that one over. They've done it. Full eco now.
Сейчас, погоди, напишут.
Super important round there.
Yeah, huge.
И опять эко у команды G2. Ну, они плохо с экономикой у них было. Да, ну, всегда есть кто хочет выделиться.
That's kind of what it's made for, though.
Yeah, find some space, trade a kill, don't lose a rifle, and you've ascertained the information that they've got at least 2 players in towards mid. Good swing though.
Monosi забирает на миду, и 3 в 3 ситуация. А, нет, 4 в 3.
It's still fun. We're not worried yet.
No.
Rez out hunting.
Да, на балконе. Вертига взяли G2.
All right. If Rez goes down with nothing, there's a chance, a very slim chance G2 can win this. I'm not worried at all, though. There's no way Hedrick dies here.
No, there's a powerful position to be in when they don't have anything to flash you out.
Хэт-трик Мин делает, хэт-трик.
Good 3 kills for him. They make it through the round. Slight bump in the road along the way.
Ой, спасибо за донат. Спасибо большое. Как утеплил. Но это делали профессиональные ребята, поэтому Хорошо утеплили. Минус 30, скажу так, что на балконе не холодно. Когда на улице минус 30, не холодно. Ну, тут полы с подогревом. Какой культурный Влад. Сколько по деньгам стоило сделать балкон? Ну, около полтоса. Ну, это без... Я про ремонт. Окна вставлять не считал. Но если окна вставляли, то 1080, наверное.
Getting a little bit of a nade on him. But yeah. Definitely far from perfect on the G2 side here.
Ой, там донат же прислали, надо прочитать, что написали. Мало ли там приятности написали.
Where's the backup going to be coming from? Hetrick had a little bit of a triple spray down, so he's up to 5. That's good.
Назови... Ох, знаешь, Влад подписался. Спасибо, Влад, за... Назови цену, чтобы ты отключил камеру и микрофон. 5000, и я просто ухожу. И оставляю стрим. На эту игру. На эту игру я просто ухожу и все.
We saw it on Vertigo. It's very good at finding those timings, but he had such an underwhelming performance on the opening map. Looking good here. NiP got control of dark room, control of middle.
G2 пока проигрывает, но это выход на Б будет.
Good Molotov. Dislodges Hunter in the backlines. Rez will go down courtesy.
Да, не кинет, конечно, ты чё.
Here come the frags, here comes the swing, and it's down to the in-game leader with the hat trick. Config remains. Bear in mind, he was towards middle. Every second that goes by, Hooks, he's considering that as a possibility.
1-3.
Smokes towards the side itself. Just wants to get the plan out of this one now. He's actually done pretty well.
Ставится пачка.
But he gets the bomb planted. They'll take that.
Yeah, that's... I mean, I don't think he could have done anything else.
G2 взяли Вертиго. Еще становится 3-2.
In the sense that for Config's position to mean anything, they must get in and get the bomb planted.
Yeah,
and the way to do that,
Probably
yes.
If he comes in at this moment when everyone's
на помощь. Ну, на самом деле, если задонатят такую сумму, это будет самый крупный донат. На данный момент самый крупный донат, это, наверное, 1000 рублей было. Нет, скином было. Скином было под перчатки за 5000. Спасибо за подписку, парни. Я не ставлю ставки.
On this T side, 2 players there as well. He's going for a sort of contact play. Well, guess who's waiting for you? That's not the man you want to see on the other side.
No, absolutely.
Команда NiP пытается занять мид, и сейчас будет, скорее всего, выход на
Yeah, he's done well to actually reposition here. Now, you'll be aware of this being a possibility, and he's only got the Galil. Oh God, could he see him? I guess not behind the smoke.
Yeah, I think the smoke's just covering, but it looks so thin, doesn't it? Bombers right behind Alex here on head. A little bit of a spray, but with the Galil, it's not enough for a kill, unfortunately. 55 seconds. Config still working the other side of the map, so they have a way out. NiP. It's not all on this A bomb side. If they can create another opening, they can pull the plug on this and just go for it. Rez in the middle. You can see how they're poking for another chance through. If Rez gets one, if Config gets one, they can make a different choice.
Like we said, though, Config hasn't turned up today. Rez, that was the opportunity for a spanner in the works. It dislodges Nico as they rotate the bomb back towards B. Config's called for his teammates to come over. Nico's coming around with conviction. Rez ready for it, though. Good kill. Now Config initiates. Thing is, I've got 2 players here. The A play wasn't convincing at all. They were comfortable. Monacy set up with a sniper. He had information. He had control.
What a need.
You're in save territory now.
И выход на Б. Но Хантер делает -2, Nex добивает Алекса. И раунд за командой G2. Да, нет, нормальное настроение, все хорошо. Просто устал сегодня, все. Сегодня работал просто, вот. Устал. 3-3. У команды NiP Эко. Спасибо.
It's G2 with a bit of string arounds here. No bomb plant being allowed for.
Yeah, and the full eco to follow. Good luck, boys. You're running into Nico with an AK-47. They probably get him up to 1.
Ой-ой-ой.
Or 2.
Ника -2 делает на миду.
Oh, it's actually been recovered, but tagged. Alex scrambles away. Might try and give the AK to someone else. Hands it a head trick. Nothing he can do with it. They don't have Kevlar here.
Nexa делает -3 на миду. Все клево, все спокойно. G2 берет еще один раунд. И счет становится... Какой там счет? Давайте, ну. Бля, покажите счет. Я забыл его. И счет становится 4-3 в пользу команды G2. Хорошо.
Easy as you like. AK recovered. They've got 3 of those now on the CT side. Makes things extremely difficult to go for the picks on the T side now. m0NESY, such a demon. When they're in the zone, when they're winning rounds, he can afford to be in a different position pretty much every single encounter. You never can keep track of him. Hunter with like gap in the smoke. A chance for
где учишься? На кого учишься?
Yeah, you like to see the attempt, though. It's an interesting way to approach that one. I feel like there's like a hot evolution happening all the time towards this dark room position. Like, there's so many players that are really good at fighting on both sides that I bet week to week there's like a new little trick that's hard to even spot unless you're
лайки, комментарии. О, вообще, ну ты суровый. Учитель английского.
The evolution of dark room over the last 2 years.
Yeah. I need the information. Oh, okay.
Nice work, Alex.
That's a very good job. Slowed down, but I don't think they really care. 45 seconds. m0NESY going to pick up some grenades there. Smoking off main.
Yeah, allows him to focus now.
Что посмотреть?
And I dare say he gets his next kill. Alex needs backup. m0NESY knows he's got him pinned. 30 seconds. They've got players outside B main as well.
It's only m0NESY here, though. This is kind of scary. He's alone. His backup's already gone away. Bit of a grenade as they try to
Если ты на G2 поставил, конечно, она зайдет.
Bullet to the face and he's dead. And m0NESY can't even fire a shot then.
Но выход на Б у нас, ребят.
It's a really, really good round.
Типач касается на Б.
Very disciplined.
5-2.
Waiting for their moment to strike. They keep all 5
Ника,
players
Nex
alive.
остались.
They had control of the dark room the entire time. B main was under their remit, waiting for that smoke to dissipate, then collapsing in together. The most important shot on them all was from Head Trick, taking down m0NESY, who had that AWP, which he will pick up himself here. So there we are. We're right back on track. Will we have 2 weapons saved here? Looks to be the case as NiP will exit towards T-spawn. G2 let another one go. That's going to be 4-4, courtesy of Alex opening pick towards the dark room. Found Hunter. Difficult duel at the run through the flames as well. Got the opening kill, found in that territory. Stayed alive in the corner. Baited out all the utility from m0NESY. Waited till the smoke had dissipated so he couldn't be in that strong position. Then they go through knowing he had the full back to the obelisk. So tactical timeout. Might be called by Taz this time. New coach. First tournament.
Спасибо за
Behind the
подписку.
boys. He was president at World Finals.
Да, ну, подожди, пока неизвестно. Может быть, будет еще и... Нет, они в любом случае будут играть после G2. Даже если сейчас G2 не берет, будет третья карта, а потом уже будут фейзы.
But still, it's a T-sided map, so watching NiP tie up the game here at 4-4, it's good. But we can't get too carried away. We have to remember that G2 still probably are in a decent position.
They need to be winning this half for us to start the conversation.
Yeah.
That they are going to take this map. Like, that is...
Yeah,
a very tall order. There's still plenty of money on the CT side. Bear in mind that the third map is Mirage. Before it was Nuke, I believe, but it was a 2-0 affair, so we never got there. Aggression now. Nexus had enough. Taking early B control. They've had enough being tentative. Throwing the kitchen sink towards T-spawn.
That was one of the plays we saw last time, wasn't it? Hooksy pushing out of the B-bomb side all the time.
That's right.
Flanking them just left and right. It was really sick, but haven't really seen that dynamic quite yet.
They missed the Molotov.
Yeah, they did. Otherwise, it would have burned out the back of the cake here. And Nexus stays alive. Oh, they needed that Molotov.
Yeah.
It's betrayed S-Tag. He's dead now. Hooksy taking a fair bit of damage, but still, Rez is the next to go down. And Nexa, you don't even have to fight for this too much. You can just kind of stick around. 5 versus 3. Nico will want to fight. And looks like they might have secured it. The bomb is really far away for whatever reason.
Oh, bit of a fumbled spray from Hooksy and a fumbled Molotov as well. Not the one he's looking for, but still a bit of wiggle room here for Config. Bravely challenging the AWP, applying enough pressure to allow access.
I don't think they know Hunter's there at all. Config not even checking
So
it.
he's just going to sit there.
Yeah, forever and ever. When they finally show up, oh, the AWP may be just in time for it. He still gets the shot. And Hunter with the swing, he can't land it. 1 versus 1! And it's Nexo comes out on top at range. That looked like Hunter nearly sold his team. That's scary.
Wow, great reaction though. The fact he finds the AWP towards B main at least sets up Nexa with the advantage. The bomb wasn't planted yet. Config was out of position and goes down. That was the moment he actually found some access there. If Hooksy gets that kill, it's already round over. It's very close. Config, that's his best sequence so far in this series, and it doesn't equate to a round victory.
Yeah.
Which is sad to say, because he only posted 6 kills in that first map.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, like he's normally an absolute showstopper. But very quiet in this particular outing. If you are just joining us, this is an elimination game in Group C. And a rematch as well. This was the opening game of the group. 2-0, comprehensive victory for G2. And this map was played as well. It was 13-2 in their favor to close out the series. Not going to be able to replicate that scoreline. But so far, so good. They've got a nice allocation of rounds so far. 5 to their name on the CT side. Potentially a couple more cooking up. Let's see what they can make of it. Money is available, though, for NiP. A couple of players without grenades, most notably Rez. And again, that aggression.
Oh, right into the entire army out there, but the grenades are actually really good. S-Tag's almost dead. 4 versus 3 here.
Nice nade. Oof.
Yeah, got to be real careful on that one. It looked like NiP knew that was coming. Like they were set up for it. They had 3 or 4 people there. Smoke going up right on top. Hunter almost could have spotted it.
He's so low. 1 bullet will take him down. So on the
Why's
back
got the
foot.
AWP.
Exactly. See what he can make of it. Do they just close things up? Try their luck in towards the B site here. They don't have map control elsewhere, and it's like they kind of have to. And there's heavy CT presence. Hunter, though, oh god, he does need to be careful. I don't know why he takes that pick.
Especially when his teammates right here that could have distracted, but what a lineup. Monacy without the AWP with the M4 instead. Couple of clean headshots as they walk right into it. Alex, 35 seconds here. Oh, and there's a guy coming from CT spawn. He's going to get shot at the back. Nexa, right place, right time. And another one for G2 here. Starting to accumulate enough rounds on the CT side that it's becoming a really big problem for NiP.
And there's 2 rounds now with no bomb plan, and all 5 players going down. So we already said the money was pretty tight. Nice aggressive maneuver here. Like, sure, like it could have got a bit dicey. Even if they get equal trades around, there's like whatever execution NiP had in mind, whatever they wanted to do, you've shut it down. Like, even if you end up in a 3-on-3, which they didn't, there's no set piece anymore. It comes down to Counter-Strike fundamentals. The individuals and G2 are always going to best them in that particular conversation. We enter round number 11. The penultimate outing here on the T side for NiP. It's a partial investment. Tech 9s pretty much across the board with the acceptance of
Так, ребята, я вернулся, ходил тут.
It's a fast B pop. Trying to cause some damage here, but they're the first ones to receive.
Короче,
Full of AK-47 bullets. They're not finding anything whatsoever. Clean as you like for G2. Solid hold. Uxie is playing a bit of a belter here on the B-bomb site. He's delivering time and time again.
And having a really good time. He's laughing, he's shouting. It's just a party going on over there. For that kind of Tech 9 round to really work, so much relies on the first kill. Like, you have to create the space. When it goes to the CT side, it's kind of all over almost immediately. 7-4. Last round of the half coming up here. As NiP try to recover something, anything. A fifth round here. They need it so
Влад,
badly.
можешь идти и посмотреть стрим на официальном сайте Blast. Там нету ничего, там все есть. Без меня, без комментариев и тому подобное. Так, итого у нас 7-4. G2 выигрывает. Отлично.
Just timing the smoke, waiting for it to go down, then he'll Molotov through. Dislodge Hunter, who's been given another smoke. He can deploy that. In the same position, he wants to do it as late as possible, get the most out of it. Feeling the pressure though, he'll have to move out. But do NiP want to push in? Yes, they do, and to their own demise. Alex this time doesn't come out on top. Oh, Nico, that's wild. Through the smoke, Config trying to jump away. Final round, and a 5-on-3. Otherwise, NiP only post 4 on their T-side campaign, already a map down. What's the final maneuver? They have 2 smokes. They can smoke heaven. They can smoke connector or camera.
Нет, ну видишь, как-то я вернулся и появляюсь в кадре. Ты меня не обидел даже, ни капельки. Так, 3-1. Пачка не стоит 20 секунд.
Absolutely should be no way that he get the bomb planted even 10 seconds more or less on the clock. Molotov to slow them down.
Okay, there's a plan there, I reckon.
9 seconds, 8 seconds. He can't fake it. He has to go for it. They're going to be all around him. Yeah, no chance here. 8-4 at the end, Henry. That's a lot on the side of G2.
We're live?
Yeah. It's only mid, yeah?
Yeah. So we can rush short and they can't go ups. Okay, let's do that. Let's just rush short. I didn't buy nades, by the way.
Flash by side. Inside.
Dead. Dead. I'm planning. Together? Yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Jesus Christ.
They're looking, they're smiling, man.
Мне? Мне нет, мне нормально.
I'm coming long. I hate you.
Чё мне должно быть скучно?
Long once. One low. Both long.
А как стримить? Ну, блин, смотри, сейчас я бы пошел играть в КС, ну и чё?
I'm moving behind us. Okay.
Да, блин, вообще я не понимаю, почему вы все время пишете, тебе не скучно так стримить, вот, например. Да нет, мне по кайфу, я смотрю, ребята как играют.
I can smoke default after and we can like go to side.
Ну так.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Let's go. Let's go на другой канал. Пожалуйста. Если вам скучно, я же не говорю же, блин, Серег, не уходи. Ну, пожалуйста, Серег, ну, не уходи. Я понимаю, что тебе скучно, но не уходи, Сережа. Или там Влад, ну, извини, Владик. Я просто спокойный, просто сижу, читаю, отвечаю на вопросы. Что-то надо по игре подкомментирую там. Говорю.
Do you have time now, right?
We have time, I think.
Нет, да?
We'll find out. It's good
Пусть,
to find out.
нет, хотят писать, если хотят писать, пусть пишут.
Flashing long for you. Flash.
При этом же они же сами подписываются, они же сами ставят лайки, они заходят там в чат в этот специально для того, чтобы написать. Я не тоже, Серег, ничего не говорю, что ты плохое там пишешь. Нет, все нормально. Я не обращаю внимания вообще. Ну, я спокоен. Чувак, я въебал зеленого чая, я вообще на спокойном. Сейчас еще въебу. Все. Нет, мне не скучно. В смысле, а что мне скучного? Вот смотри. Я недавно начал стримить. На данный момент на стриме 300 человек. Пишут в чат, я с ними общаюсь. Я смотрю хорошую игру с командой G2 и NiP. Что-то пытаюсь пробовать новое, комментировать. И как может быть не скучно? Мне скучно, может быть, если бы я сейчас сам играл и на стриме было бы 0 человек. Да, у меня балкон, братан, у меня балкон с подогревом. У меня просто балкон сделан так, что... Чтобы мне было комфортно. Какой может мне быть скучно? Я этот балкон специально делал для того, чтобы работать на нем, стримить и тому подобное. Я в него, блядь, бабки ввалил, чтобы кайфовать. Так, 8-4. У нас G2 за Т, NiP за КТ. Где сейчас Simple? Ну, наверное, дома отдыхает. Ну, или как многие писали, что в KFC. Сколько я зарабатываю в месяц? Давайте так, я сумму не буду говорить, но скажу просто, на жизнь хватает. Да, я работаю. Да, помимо стрима, это хобби, ребят. Это просто вот сейчас вот посидеть, покайфовать.
At least there are a couple of people there. S-tag also confirming. Yeah, they're still down there. Molotov not going to affect anyone, but they
Балкон с подогревом как работает? Ну, блядь, пол с подогревом также. Пол, горячий пол. Поэтому тепло на балконе. У меня есть права, у меня есть машина.
The must-win pistol lands in their favor.
Команда KFC у Simple.
Nico, nothing to do with the round. Picked off at the start.
Ну, там может протекать и горячее, и холодное.
Hunted him down, but Alex, as you mentioned, great performance here. The USP, 3 kills in total. Denies the plant, more importantly. Yeah, indeed.
Моноси сказал плохое слово.
Again, Anders, and I would say this one is a done deal. It should be now, as Rez, he finds an early hat trick. Done. All right.
Так, у нас Рез делает -3. Чё мы тут не смотрим? 8-6. Раунд за командой NiP.
That's absolutely fine.
We'll allow for it. NiP, how many rounds in a row would they need to win to start to feel some level of comfort, right?
Так, ну, когда выключен подогрев, вода-то там холодная. Или я что-то путаю? Да какие допы? Надо просто заканчивать эту карту и смотреть фейзов. Отлично, Влад, спасибо, что ты за это радуешься. Вообще, а Влад, а ты чем занимаешься, а, Влад? Ну-ка расскажи хоть, чем ты занимаешься, кроме как заходишь на стримы и булишь.
AKs are out in full force. ADR and utility damage. Hunter with 200.
It's pretty good. But yeah, you're right. This is a really critical round apart from the pistol in the second half here. This one could set up NiP for a potential comeback. 8-6 is the current scoreline. Classic grenade thrown from inside of the A-bomb.
Да, Влад, на самом деле я не знаю, что такое слово буллинг, просто сказал. ВП будут чемпионами.
Gonna investigate the front of the A-bomb site just to clear out if anyone's there. Very relaxed mid-control for NiP. Just kind of looking at it. They're not really on the forward foot in there.
Ладно, ладно, не накидывайтесь на Влада. Влад нормальный тип.
An exchange of Molotovs. Oh, wow.
Он полтос задонатил, вы чё?
That's very close. Rez. Yeah, he just wants to not
5-5, но... И, скорее всего, выход будет под Б.
In terms of map control, G2 setting themselves up a B split here. They've got 3 players in towards the dark room. Traditional Molotov deployed. This is the smoke that lands.
Ну чё, выход на Б готовит G2.
And we'll see whether this is going to be enough.
Идет раскидка. 5 в 4. Конфиг дает минус 2. Алекс Ника убирает Моноси конфига. Ставится плент. Нет, не ставится. Хантер минус. Алекс. 2 в 2.
And Monacy up close. They've got a bit of a crossfire. He's going to get a chance to reload as well. And look, Rez, he's so low on health. He has to get an instant headshot if Hunter peeks this one. Oh, bit of a wallbang, but he gets much more than he bargained for there. S-Tag, you have to be the hero. You have to get this one. He sees the foot, and it's enough for a kill. Flash around the corner, but Monacy in main. And this is going to be a very, very hard defuse. He really has to try and find the kill right now. He's going to run out of time.
Oh,
he picks it up
Monacy.
right away and spins for it. He picked up the kid in the meantime. And that is so close, but S-Tag will get the defuse.
И раунд за
Close as you
NiP.
like, but he certainly will. Monacy painted into a corner. Didn't have the HP or the utility to fend him off. It was just a matter of time before S-Tag.
Слушай, у меня нет высшего образования теплоэнергетики.
With a beautiful sequence of headshots there. Solid B hold. They read it well. They pushed them back. Good positioning. And finally, he's starting to show some form here. Alex has been rock solid. Hunter and Monacy did well to bring it down.
8-7. 8-7. Да, катки немного плотненькие,
All the information required. Full defuse. They're trying to take it all the way to Mirage. Now they're starting to believe, Anders.
Wow.
Now they're starting to believe.
Yeah, the first bit of energy out of NiP in a really, really long time. Don't let it be just a flash in the
Да, я
pan.
женат, у
Don't
меня
let it
есть
just dissipate.
жена, у меня
They
есть
have to keep winning
ребенок.
these rounds, right? It's not enough. You can't live off one or two of these rounds where everyone's feeling fired
У меня
up.
все хорошо в жизни.
You have G2 weakened a little bit right now. Find a way to crush them if you can. 3 Tech 9s, a deal as well on Nico and Hunter on the Galil.
Да ну, ты чё, какое ораторское? Спасибо за донат. Моня, тащи. Пойду читать приятный комментарий. За кого ты болеешь, я не знаю, но тут многие болеют за G2.
It didn't land. It gives them some open runway here. The bomb will go down at the very least. They're taking so much damage on Ruba. Hooksy continues to find kill after kill. Hunter can't hold on to the spray though. Bomb doesn't get planted. Hooksy thrown into a winnable scenario, but it's looking very unlikely. Nice grenade. Doesn't quite find the kill on Alex. He might have to retreat here and reassess his options.
Ну что ж.
I can't believe it. I thought that grenade was going to get the kill. 1 versus 2. Once he fires this gun, they're going to be right on him, jumping out. And they hunt him down, Alex.
8-8.
Clean shot with the USP. That round nearly
Нет, болеем за ВП, сейчас
the
просто
initial
смотрим
couple of kills coming into with the Galil were just so good.
Oh, yes. Looked like they maybe did enough there. This is the partial buy from G2. Hunter doing God's work out there.
Спасибо за подписку.
Nice shot. Oh, that was the moment. If Hunter gets that kill, yeah, call it done. He couldn't quite connect. One more bullet would
Ну,
do
это
it.
для этого нужно Cloud9 выиграть. Cloud9 нужно выиграть Бигов, а потом ВП. А G2 завтра, сейчас выиграть NiP, а потом
He is thanking his
выиграть
lucky
Нави.
stars right now.
Ну, давайте я не буду отвечать на такие вопросы.
I'm not doing that one more time. Yeah, they need it right now. Nexa thought about it, wanted to push through.
Да нет, да я как бы на какие-то могу ответить. Мне 31. Да, пусть задают. Мне прикольно. Но и при этом хочется игру еще покометить. Ну что, это будет выход на Б? А нет, они борются на миду сейчас в данный момент. Ну зачем тебе знать возраст моего ребенка?
At the old dark room, incendiaries and molotovs are exchanged. Config up to 10 kills now. Looks like he's got the advantage here. Reading the situation well, catches Huxley, but next up, Big Bro is there to pick up the pieces. And it's going to be a beautiful shot from Nico, but still head trick is here.
Отлично, выход на Б. Пас на Б, 4 в 2.
And that's going to be the first round for G2, guaranteed here. They'll maintain the lead as they go 9-8. Oh, the problem is, Anders, the money is absolutely ruined. This is what we keep talking about in CS2. I think there's a Reddit post right now on front page. It's like saying, when is the economy going to be adjusted? It's a really good point. Because you can have these great starts. You're up 4-0.
Ну, я могу сказать, что младше, по-любому.
You're going to get $1,400 into the next one. The first round you lose, you're completely reset.
Yeah, and that's what they're experiencing right now.
Yeah, so it's a rough one. The fact they saved 2 weapons is great, but yeah, it's going to be a very, very difficult round to follow things up. If they don't win it, it might be enough for G2 just to cruise into a victory here.
9-й раунд. Что у нас по экономике? По экономике у нас... Если будет третья карта, то облако начнут играть часов в 10, не раньше. Как вчера начинали героики.
You've got 2 weapons saved, $1,400 elsewhere, so I don't know. I don't even know what the correct call is. I would say force into it. I would say go for it.
Yeah, right. Whatever wave of momentum you've been building.
You've been playing a great CT side here.
It's a tough call. It really is. They were always going to be the underdog in this game. They didn't really get things rolling on Vertigo ever. On this one, there's been some more convincing rounds. There's been a little bit of energy accumulating on the NiP side. It's not a lot, but
something.
It's something.
Красавчик.
And they do force spy.
Нет, у меня немного скинов в КС. Все, что у меня есть КС, скины, это все подарили. Люди, которые смотрят мой стрим. Оп, Монос минус дает на Б.
I think he knows because he's Monacy. That's how it works. Head trick. Oh, it's gone effect. Double kill with the C-set. That's rare nowadays. He does get the job done. 2 versus 3. Is there a chance for anyone to make it through? That smoke goes up and it's, yeah, Rez, he knows. It's such a long time to wait. They re-smoke it again, so definitely nothing he could have done.
Great effort from Config, but ultimately more of the same here.
Не знаю почему. Наверное, потому что не крутой. Не надо спамить, пожалуйста. Пожалуйста, не надо. Да, немного, 12.
And their resources can't really justify a hunt right now. So it should be these 2 weapons saved. No problem whatsoever. Double digits over G2.
Yeah, bomb going to be going up in 3 rounds now, G2 from winning the series.
The context of Group C.
Нет, вообще не собираюсь скинуть. Кто дарит, тот дарит. Так, ну я открыл.
And they lost to them 2-1 in a very exciting upper bracket final.
10, что ли, максимум. Мне один раз выпало что-то.
That'll be going down tomorrow, if it comes through. Config actually, like the fact he gets those 2 kills, it keeps them modest. It denies the hunt.
Yeah.
They can't throw a lot of resources around. Getting those last two players, there's no further timeouts. Bear that in mind. They've used them all already. And it has to be the eco. Rez and Esatag would have to do the unthinkable to stand a chance here against a fully equipped, fired up G2. Looking to cruise their way into the group final.
Хорош, Monacy делает минус на миду.
But ultimately a better shot from Monacy.
Yeah, he's so fast with those flicks. Very hard to deal with.
And they can't really recover that M4. Like they had everyone else stacked.
Yeah.
In B.
And G2, I mean, they
Да
can.
ладно, я угораю, я знаю, кто такой
The
Эдвард
one
бил.
thing that can screw up this round for them is they walk into a stack, right? So just play it a little bit slow. If you can gather any more information at the stage,
This
it'll
could
help.
get a bit wacky.
Нет,
If they
стрим
catch a
будет.
player with grenades in their hands, like just then, they've recovered the
10-8.
M4 at the very least.
G2.
Yeah, this is weird now. Yeah, I told
Следующая
ya.
будет игра, конечно, стримится. Но я не знаю, буду ли я там присутствовать. Я, может, буду залетать, потому что нужно семейные дела поделать еще.
45 seconds. Config still somehow without a weapon, just the USP.
Yeah, and there's no Kevlar on these two surviving players.
Yeah. Did they hear him? I don't know if they heard him running. It looks like Nexus kind of looking for it, and they are on the other side too, so wouldn't be surprised if he's going to get checked right away, leaving it 1 versus 3. Oh, it's just around the corner, but the bomb is in middle, and looks like they're going to be headed toward. Oh, hold on. That would have been fun.
It's getting weird.
График
15 seconds, just run for the bomb down
1
right now.
No, they've got the head trick M4.
Хороший график.
If he gets the kill, they win the round.
If he takes down the planter,
yeah,
he does it. He's done enough.
No.
Успел поставить пачку.
It was so close.
It's a 1
3 в
versus 3.
1.
He had the right idea, the right position. It just slips out of their hands barely. Config now
He can win
fighting.
it.
He can still win it. He's got the USP, but they're in the smoke. They've hidden away, and that's being held by an
Сейчас
AWP.
конфига заберет. Ой, Ника не попался в ВП. Но Некса добил, хорош.
And there it is. Such a close round. They could have had it in IP. It was right there.
Oh, they have no idea how close that was. Everyone in 1 bullet potential there for Config. Like I said, the way they were coordinating towards middle, you saw G2 with nades in their hands. You could see it from a mile away. It was about to get awkward for them. All started with that little ding from Rez. Didn't anticipate a third player in towards middle. Config takes down multiple players. If he gets that frag, it's all said and done. He gets the defuse and enough here back on track. 11-8. 1 more round until series points for G2. Monacy tries his luck towards B once again. He's been such a nuisance.
Yeah, whatever you do, Alex, don't make any crazy jumps around here. Don't give him the opportunity.
Nice
25.
That'll work. But Hooks,
God, not the nicest spray.
It almost slipped, didn't it? But now they're going to be setting it up. Alex in a lot of
Ну
trouble.
что, это выход Б, все. Блин, все, как-то G2 спокойно выходит на Б. Нип вообще не держит.
Save and fight for overtime. The call's already been made.
Oh, that sucks. There
Так
was so many
неплохо, да. Все
moments
хорошо.
there on a knife's edge. The missed spray.
Ну что, 12 раунд за командой G2. Скорее всего, нип будут сейвить.
But no frags found. And now they'll need 4 rounds in a row on their CT side.
Высшее образование,
just to
зачем?
take us to overtime. And then they've got to win the overtime.
Почему? Возможность есть всегда. Но зачем?
NiP.
Мне высшее образование.
Once again, this new look roster won't be making a deep run. It's G2 and
У
cruise
меня и без
control
него
now.
все хорошо.
A great start to the second half. They got 4 rounds in a row after winning the pistol handers. But if they can keep everyone alive here,
Только ради
there's something
корочки.
that to be said. Oh, the flashbang is brutal. Rez, I'm not going to say lucky, but that was certainly a fortunate frag.
Походу, да.
He stays alive.
Ну
just
чё,
barely,
клёво,
all right.
молодец. Если на журналиста.
It's actually Nexa and Hunter that are top fragging for G2 at the moment. So between it's a little bit of a different look, right? We're so used to seeing Monacy and Nico kind of steal most of the spotlight. So still good to see that be the case. I was getting really worried. That would have been a keyboard breaking moment for Hooksy if he had failed that. Monitor throwing moment.
Yeah, it could be.
Whatever your favorite is.
Came close to it today.
Фотографом, да.
All right then.
Фотографом не занимаюсь. Фотографией
Trying to fend them off
занимаюсь.
towards middle.
Ну, лет 5.
Could be the final round of play here. hasn't quite been the electrifying series we saw between Vitality and Falcons. Still been entertaining though. Like, it's been better for NiP. Like,
yes,
like definitely improvements.
12-8 счет.
Showed some character.
Я думаю, сейчас будут заканчивать G2.
Won some big rounds. Didn't just roll over.
Ну и...
And can they keep their head above water here? S-tag.
Да.
Got a lot to do. Spotted. Flushed out.
Молик.
And now under a lot of scrutiny.
Раскидка на Б идет. Ой, на А
that
раскидка.
absolutely rocked him, didn't it? S-Tag not losing his cool back there. That's good to see. Say in terms of improvements, I mean, Red's been playing a great game.
They just flashed himself. They had a freebie on m0NESY, but they didn't time the flash well enough. And m0NESY, I don't know how.
Нет,
he always
они
seems to know what he's up against.
после фейзов будут играть.
Zestag repositions the fountain.
Поздно вечером.
Locked in. Hooksy. Oh, wow.
You're right. He just
m0NESY дает минус.
Hard to decipher how, but...
Да, ты прав. Если есть желание, возможно, все. Ну, почти все.
A very sketchy round coming out. Not that many nades left on the CT side. Alex has 1 HE. There's a flashbang on config. 18 seconds left there. Really drawing this close here. Nice shot. Alex to begin with. The FAMAS chimes in. We're down to 12 seconds and they're running out of players on the bomb side. Trying to get close. Oh, what? m0NESY! How did he land that shot? I can't
Не удался выход на Б. И счет становится 12-9.
A little underwhelming for the finish there from G2, scrambling in toward the bomb site, running directly into the HE of Alex, who's been solid. Over towards his B bomb site.
Конечно, конечно, ребят, есть всегда желание чем-то...
sequence from m0NESY. Had the chance to maybe get another one there. But now 3 rounds in a row until overtime. S-Tags believing. He was the player removed early on as a 5-on-4 advantage. G2 can't convert. I would say their money's low as well. They've been winning lots of rounds, but they keep hunting and losing 2 players each time. I think they might partial buy here. Not certain on that, but that's what it feels like.
It's definitely cost them, you're right.
I think they'll be averaging like 3.5 to 5K.
Ну, я буду за Виталики болеть в любом случае.
But you might just take the partial here and try and close things out with the full array of weaponry.
А 2-0 не знаю.
Okay.
So they've gone for it.
15-9, давайте, G2 забирайте уже, все, пора. Все, хватит. 9 раундов и так отдали.
Got grenades too, and they finished it right here, right now. You can see m0NESY had to sacrifice his helmet, which is kind of a big deal against his M4s.
Да, игра на вылет. Если...
A little bit of a nade connecting on Nico, and actually, I think it's a Molotov damage there that burns him up. This is awkward.
But that's going to be mid granted towards G2. They know it as well. With that Molotov being extinguished, they know they've got mid under their remit, and there has to be a response here. NiP, good reactionary play. Have to claim territory elsewhere, knowing they've lost middle. Gonna try and push out of A main.
Nico sees it coming though. He's looking that way. He's got the right read.
Ну, еще G2 надо выиграть. Они что-то не торопятся прямо. Хотя нет, вот m0NESY наказал конфига. Все, выход Б. Ну что, 5-3? Я думаю, что финальный раунд. m0NESY ставит пачку. И ниндзя, походу, будут сейвить.
He is, yeah, it's gonna take him the rest of the round. Just try and run.
Они даже не пытаются идти. А, нет, нет.
You can't really afford to walk at this stage. This round is almost impossible to recover, I have to say. 5
Last round, прикиньте, сейв. m0NESY дает минус, Ника дает минус.
S-Tag showing up to the party once everyone else has basically fallen asleep at the bomb site. 1 versus 5, a missed shot, but it doesn't matter.
дает минус. Ну, все. Браво. G2 выиграли. G2 завтра играет с Нави. Очень хорошо, очень хорошо. Ну что ж, сейчас будет... Да, лаконы больше не играют. Ну, в этом турнире точно не играют.
Logic followed in the G2 victorious 2-0 against NiP, and if I appreciate the casters' effort to
Да,
grasp the
опять
straws and
будут
find silver
G2
linings.
играть опять с
NiP
Нави.
did put up a better fight on that map of Anubis. I will counter argue that
Всем
most of it
спасибо,
comes down to
кто
force by war being won, pistol round being
присутствовал на
converted.
стриме, всем спасибо, кто ставил лайки, всем, кто подписался на меня, всем, кто донатил мне, спасибо большое. Следующая карта Фейзы против Геймер Легион. Ну что ж, давайте будем смотреть, но сейчас будет рез... Сейчас будет еще... Ну, сейчас я этот выключу, но включу, чтобы не потерять. Поэтому число зрителей 400, и я решил вырубить стрим. Просто вырубаю. Вот, пожалуйста, вам Нави. Завтра играет G2. Ну, блин, у вас 4 сотки, а вы поставили всего лишь 89 лайков. Ну, вы такие жадные ребятки. Не, да, будет сейчас переключение. Вот.
Big versus Cloud9 is going to be the last game, but first we have a little bit of FaZe versus Gamer Legion, and we are going to welcome Tech Girl and
Ну, уже упало. Было до этого больше. Ну, у меня пишет то, что 300. Но, видимо, у меня ошибается. Ну, до сотки даже не догнали. Ладно, все, давайте, сейчас будет... Через 2 минуты вернется. Капитаныч. Задонатил полтос. Спасибо, спасибо. Давай, братанчик. Возвращайся, конечно. Ну что? Давайте, увидим.